What's up, guys? Our Wrestling Podcast back at you with another episode. This is Dave Vicious, along with Justin Total Package, Craig the British Bulldog, and Cuz, bringing you our perspective of the world of professional wrestling. No inside sources, no ties to the industry, just stories from the diehards, sharing opinions with you. Today's topic, who is LA Knight? For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcast, or watch our videos on YouTube at Our Wrestling Channel. On social media, can you give Jess a coronary and give us a follow on Instagram or Twitter at O.W.P 2019 or on Facebook at Our Wrestling Podcast?
Don't have a coronary. We're not there to give you a
CPR. I don't have to ask why we're doing this. We just
for the clicks, baby. For the clicks.
Just like you
LA,
said.
LA Knight just said, you all want me to be a part of your clicks today on SmackDown. LA Knight is tearing up the scene. It is fantastic. We had no idea, though, how much LA Knight has influenced several people on several platforms, not just wrestling, probably over the past like half decade or more. And I'm sure we're going to get into it. But Jess, other than that avalanche, what brought you into the LA Knight segment on the podcast? Because we talk about him all the time on Unscripted, but we haven't done anything prepped for LA Knight. So what changed?
Oh, for clicks. We've only done a couple. We did Wardlow, who is Wardlow, who is Bray Wyatt, and it's a modern guy. Talk about a modern guy, and he's probably the biggest. I mean, Roman's the biggest, but you know what I mean. Like the biggest up and comer right now has to be LA Knight.
There's no bigger groundswell for anyone right now other than LA Knight. It is, in my opinion, Craig, I want to try to bring you in. It is Daniel Bryan-esque on the groundswell. I don't know if it's going to get to that level, but it's the closest thing that we've seen from it.
Yeah, and when it happens quickly. And I wouldn't bet that we're all being manipulated, and WWE knows exactly what they're doing and knew what they were doing for many weeks before this kind of thing. And we talked about it. It's like keeping them off TV, make us get angry for it. Blue balls, I believe Cuz said. Just kind of, and then the less you'll see them, the angrier that we'll get, and the angrier we'll all talk together about it. And the more we are talking about LA Knight, the more angrier we are together until we're one like force that will make them pull the trigger on it or give us what we want.
Cuz you excited for this guy?
Oh yeah, tell you, blue balls are getting big. It's swelling up. I don't know how much. It's like Randy when he was carrying out his big old testicles. Remember, he gives himself cancer so he can get a medical marijuana card.
From South Park.
Yeah, and I love that.
Oh my God.
That's how full. That's how full our balls are getting right about now.
Don't tell your mom, Stan. Don't tell your mom what I'm doing, Stan. Yeah.
Buffalo.
So good.
Oh, now we get
Oh my
copyright strike.
God. So good. Yeah. Don't worry, the writers are off. You're fine. Sean Ricker was born in Hagerstown, Maryland on November 1st, 1982. The youngest of three children, he started watching professional wrestling at the age of 3. That's
Google, yeah. He's all Google,
yeah.
Let me talk to you.
After high school, Ricker moved to Cincinnati, where he began training at the age of 20 on March 17th of 2003, supporting himself with work at a wood mill and a Ruby Tuesday restaurant. Yeah, you know he was waiting tables. He began working regularly at the Heartland Wrestling Association, HWA, later that year.
Didn't we do some HWA humor at some point this year? We might have done a little bit with Heartland Wrestling.
Owen? No, not Owen. Fuck. Damn it. I don't remember now.
Was it Noble?
It was what? Who?
Was it Jamie Noble?
Yes, Jamie Noble. Jamie Noble.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
You're gonna go to Heartland Wrestling Association for a while.
That's hot.
If Jamie Noble has been there, it's a worthy place.
Yeah.
So you know how I feel about that. In December of 2010, Ricker moved to work for the NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He joined forces with Brian Cage. He would win multiple championships there.
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, main event of the evening. It is a one-fall contest for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Rittenhouse, your referee. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by his manager, Percy Pringle III. From Baltimore, Maryland, weighing in at 730 pounds, Sean Ricker.
Then he made his first WWE appearance for a dark match on May 5th of 2006. That's crazy to me.
He's
He
40
and
years
John
old. A lot of
Moxley-
people don't know he's 40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
he's
don't
40.
know he's 40. He and John Moxley faced
40
Big
years.
Show in a handicap match. You know they got absolutely crushed in 06 by the Big Show.
No, they went over.
he-
Like they pinned
they
Big
went
Show in a
over,
big
it was
upset.
Yeah, they won the
Yeah.
belts that night.
Couple of sling blades took care of it, right? Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think
you've
so.
seen the photos.
His next appearance, not Moxley's, but LA Knights came in 2008 for a dark match on ECW where he and Gene Snitsky, lost to Crime Time, JTG and
Wow.
Shane Jasper. That's awesome.
Peace.
He wrestled with Snitsky. That's
Yeah.
so great.
He's a legend.
This
Like,
is
maybe
stuff
he
you
is the
just
goat,
don't know.
like you said.
I don't know. He's been kind of all
Under
over
the radar
it.
goat,
Like, he's
you
been all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was always the
It's
goat.
like the Jim Powers.
Underground,
It's like
he's
the Jim
underground.
Powers
That's
that
why we didn't
finally
know.
got over. What the hell are we talking about? On August 15th of 2011, he was one of the security guards during a segment between CM Punk and Kevin Nash on Raw. After going to NXT, he was released from his contract on August 1st of 2014. That's fascinating.
Right after the exercise video.
Right after, he's like, "Yeah, you're fired."
Uh-huh.
Everybody
And
read the next
cut. He's like,
yeah,
"We'll have to let you
Triple H's
go."
like,
You're fired.
Don't ever say that again.
Someone just says keep saying yeah in the background. We can't quite figure it out.
On February 16th of 2015, Ricker participated in a TNA one-night only TNA Gut Check tournament, defeating Crazy Steve with 2 Z's apparently to qualify for a 5-way elimination match won by Tafida Fifita. Am I saying that right?
I
Someone
should have
help
taken
me.
that
Perfect.
off you. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That is terrible.
It was Terry
On
Funk.
March 27th, there it is. On the March 17th episode of Impact Wrestling, Ricker, who was under the name Eli Drake, joined Drew Galloway and Micah to form the Rising
Eli
Defeat-
Drake.
and defeat the Beatdown Clan. Man, this is
BDC, I hope you're sitting down, eyes peeled, ears open, and whether you want to or not, let me talk to you. What do we talk about? Well, who is Eli Drake? And why is he standing in this ring with these 2 men? Well, I'll tell you why. Because we got 3 men standing right here now who have a common bond. We're not 3 guys, 3 robots who are cut out in a factory. We're not superstars. We are professional wrestlers. And yeah, we got something to prove.
this doesn't get good.
Can I go
Well,
on a
Hall of
limb here?
Famers.
I mean, we're all gonna have to get used to LA Knight, but Eli Drake was awesome. I love that name.
Yeah, I like the
Mhm.
pretty much
After
how he
4
came
years
into
with
NXT
Impact,
after.
There you go. After 4 years with Impact, Drake would start to get involved with Tessa Blanchard as Impact was toying with the notion of intergender wrestling. During that time, a match was booked between Drake and Tessa Blanchard at a United We Stand show. However, Drake refused to wrestle in a competitive match against a woman, criticizing intergender wrestling. Is that shoot or work, Jess?
I don't know. I think that was actually shoot, and I wanted to stop everybody here and be like, and this
Yeah.
is me completely speculating. I wonder if that's why he wasn't really pushed until right now. Like they can't deny it now, but I mean, maybe he was laid off of for a while because he came out against intergender wrestling and like just said, I don't think so. I'm sure. I don't know him as a person. I've never heard anything else negative about him.
No.
But I'm wondering if he just critiqued the storyline. Like, listen, I don't want to be in a guy versus girl match. I don't want to be. But then it gets construed as, oh, LA Knight, or Drake doesn't like wrestling women or whatever. So maybe that could happen.
Did you
But
see
I'm
Rock
wondering
and
if
Austin
that,
fighting the girl?
everybody knows
think that's how he looks at
the
it.
toxicity in locker rooms and wrestling is huge. So I'm wondering if maybe that followed him a little
Yeah.
bit, and that's why now at 40 finally he's fucking in it because he's been doing the same character the entire time almost,
Mhm.
like his same cadence,
Yeah,
his
it's just-
same everything.
It's just a name change,
Yeah.
really.
I'm just wondering. I don't know. I
after-
don't have anything to base that off of. I've never heard anything negative
Well-
about him with anybody in the back. But
No, he never heard.
I mean, you would say though, after these
stands his
comments, as
ground.
well as comments disparaging Impact's booking of him, he was fired via email on April 7th. So following that,
got the Stone Cold
Impact tried
fucking.
to lock him into a non-complete
style
clause due to
firing?
breach of contract. How do you lock someone into a non-compete due to breach after you fired them. Like, how does that work? You let them go. Like, I don't understand.
I know.
People have to work. That's the dumbest thing. That's ridiculous. They really, that tells me that if that's true, and that's probably written down somewhere official, they really had it out for him.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna fire him and then try to make him not work. Like, you guys,
Right.
Are terrible.
They were just mad that he went against their booking and what they wanted to do, and yeah.
You'll find
Yeah.
out that's why he left
They're-
NXT the first time.
Yeah. Well, he was let go. I mean, fine. On the June 4th of that same year, Drake released a statement speaking positively about Impact and announcing that he was now a free agent. So maybe they worked it out in the back. Say, hey, let's squash this thing. This is stupid. That would be nice. On the June 28th, 2019, Drake appeared at the Ring of Honor event, Best in the World, being revealed as the mystery partner of Nick Aldis. Couldn't help it. And the newest person to sign an exclusive deal with the National Wrestling Alliance, or the NWA. On February 14th of 2021, it was announced that Ricker had been quietly released from the NWA in late 2020 after only signing a new deal with the company a few months before. That's so weird. Like,
It's a lot of being let go from places and him not doing the move.
it's you would think it would get incredibly discouraging.
Locker room cancer, LA Knight. Just kidding.
I don't even know about that. Maybe he was just like, I don't like it here. I got to go.
Uh-huh.
Like, you never know. Like,
That's what it seemed like.
maybe he always went
I
to
would-
where like I feel most comfortable, and if I'm not comfortable, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna leave.
Mhm.
In a decade, we'll probably find out. Someone will interview him, and we'll find out exactly why. This
Oh, you know the gossip's coming. Meltzer's people are gonna have his ear trying to get a
Oh, yeah.
spot. Like,
He won't. I don't think right now with his swell he's gonna get in the time of day. But we'll see it
As soon as he becomes the number one guy, well, you heard so much stuff.
he has a history of
Oh,
hating women.
You guys,
You shut your stutter mouth.
Oh,
Meltzer.
yeah, he just like
Shut up.
women. He just like NWA.
As soon as he was born, he smacked his mom in the face. Like,
It's
that's all you
problematic
need to know.
that he doesn't like women. That's Brian.
Yeah.
Is that Brian Alvarez?
I-
Problematic.
And by the way, personally, I think this
He's
is
a
why
geek.
if he, so he was released in February, and then it was also reported pretty much at the same time that he had re-signed with WWE. So maybe he just asked for his release
That
at this
part,
time.
yeah. He's like, I'm going over here.
At NXT Takeover Vengeance Day later that night, he debuted as a heel, where it was revealed his new ring name would be LA Knight. You know, I'm not big on name changes. I'm not big. I mean, I know they're going to rebrand and
Vince
all that,
is,
but I
though.
think
Vince
Yeah,
is.
yeah, of
sure
course he
is.
is. But I would argue with all the stuff that he's had and the controversy that he's talked about, maybe it was better to just rebrand him entirely. You know?
Yeah.
Seems to be working at this point.
Yeah.
Knight made his first main roster appearance on the January 24th, 2022 edition of Raw, participating in a backstage segment with the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, and a dark segment before the April 15th episode of SmackDown. Knight appeared in a villainous manager as a villainous manager by announcing his new stable, Knight Model Management, and became the manager of Mace and Mansoor. The angle went to television on the May 20th episode of SmackDown when he made his televised debut on the brand under the ring name Max Dupree.
Adam Pierce. Hi. My name is Max Dupree, and I'm ready to get to work. Okay. Pleasure to meet you. Get to work? That's right. I am the CEO of the hottest new modeling agency, Maximum Male Models. And tonight, the discovery begins of a new generation of WWE superstars who can headline Paris Fashion Week and also headline WrestleMania.
Dupree ended his relationship with the Maximum
Max
Models.
Dupree.
Yeah.
In the September 30th episode of SmackDown. The following week, he beat down Mace and Mansoor and reverted to the LA Knight persona. Towards the end of 2022, Knight was involved in a feud with Bray Wyatt. That's when I think it all broke open. At Royal Rumble 2023, he lost a Mountain Dew Black match to Bray. However, due to the promo segments leading up to this match, he got over with fans. And
It was during that time, yeah. Like I remember the build up to that or whatever, and then
Yeah.
they're doing this long-winded thing with Uncle Howdy, and then every time he came out, he would just like almost like mock the whole environment. Like he didn't care. He would just cut a
Yeah.
promo right to Bray Wyatt's face. He didn't act scared like a lot of the other, wrestlers would have to act around Bray Wyatt or whatever. He just cut a promo. They were funny. They were poignant. A lot of one-liners. And I remember then going, "Fuck, dude, people are starting to react."
I kind of
to him
like. We're like, I like this guy. This
He got
guy
over.
This
yeah.
guy could be good.
I want to apologize to the little cameraman. You got to be kidding me. The master of the mind games, Bray Wyatt, getting gamed by the man they call the megastar, L.A. Knight. What happened to you, man? You can't even keep your composure out here. You can't even finish a sentence, and then you get all embarrassed, and you take it out on the poor cameraman.
Yeah.
Stop
We
making
talked
fun
about
of
it
me, Mr.
then.
Knight.
I remember hearing the interviews come through, and then we'd be
Upstaging
on
me too
unscripted, and I would hear Jess.
School might
say,
have to go away
and
for
I
a
go-
little while again.
I go, hey, we all know he's gonna lose, right? But I kind of like this guy. I
Yeah.
kind of like him.
A lot of
We
people
all know.
want to know
we
why I
all
went
Bray's
away.
not
It's
losing.
LA Knight. Fuck me
I
up.
might just have some mixed emotions.
He
caused
got too
Uncle-
popular, partner.
He caused Uncle Howdy to miss by 13 feet when he jumped off the thing.
Yeah, see, that could have killed him too. Like, and it didn't. Like that angle of him missing the elbow. The
It's what
the
Vince
Mountain Dew
always defines of
thing.
like just make chicken salad out of chicken shit. Like it doesn't matter what you like. Baron Corbin we talked about. It doesn't matter what you get given. Just try, and just try to make it work. And LA Knight's like, fuck, I don't care. I'm gonna lose to Bray Wyatt. Like he ever thought he was gonna beat Bray Wyatt? I gotta fucking do promos in the dark and neon and shit and whatever. And this fucking Uncle Howdy creepy guy is coming up behind me and like, so he's like, I'm just gonna be me. Like he didn't get afraid. He wasn't scared. LA Knight,
Yeah,
for all the
yeah.
promos. He was just LA Knight. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
He would have moments where you go, "Oh shit!" when they would turn the tables on him, which is what you're supposed to do
Yeah.
as a wrestler, by the way. But it wasn't like, "Oh, I'm scared to come out at all." He would come out prepared and what did everybody say, and it's been great ever
He
since.
even came out in the Bray Wyatt, came out the old music to mock Bray Wyatt, and he came out in the old Bray Wyatt's old.
That's right.
get-up.
Oh,
Fantastic. Yeah.
And credit to the company too. Triple H at that point was taken over. Credit to the creative department because they got behind him. They're like, well, yeah, Bray is going to win. Bray
I
is going to
honestly
win,
have
but
to
like, let's make
wonder-
you somebody that we want to see. So when Bray beats him, he beats somebody. You got to put
Yeah,
stock. In
yeah,
both
exactly. He
characters.
can't just be another heel. He just
But
went.
I also wonder, like, something had to fall out to put LA Knight in that slot. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was.
Because that was an odd pairing.
But
I remember
they-
when they
they-
first started
We're
having
like,
the two
why?
go at it on SmackDown. I'm like, LA Knight's a weird choice. Like,
Yeah.
so why not another bigger name? Like that's more established. So that's interesting.
It was supposed to
finally
be
put
Bobby
stock in
Lashley,
him.
right? Too, or well, for Mania, right? It was gonna be Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt.
Yes,
but then
for
that's
Mania
when
it was
Bray
going to be
Wyatt-
Lashley. Yeah.
LA Knight
So-
upstaged me, so I gotta go.
I just have to say, if it was any one of us, if it was 80-90% of people out there, period, that would get cut like this and fired via email and brought and then let go again, I think most people would have given up. But it's fascinating to me. We Craig said it best. They found every bit of video that LA Knight has ever done on the internet in less than a week, and it's been pushed all over for clicks. And LA Knight did a promo about it tonight at SmackDown, which was phenomenal. And he literally said, "You're just trying to use me for clicks," but having all that, quote unquote failure, most of us would have given up. Like I said, he's approaching 40 at these stages. And now he is the most, I think he's the most over, definitely the most naturally over, but maybe the most over person in wrestling at this given moment right now.
You got to understand something. You can call me the megastar. Hell, if you want to, you can call me the GOAT. But sooner or later, one way or another, you will be calling me champ. Yeah? Because whose game is it? With everybody saying. Yeah.
It is an all-star field next.
And I don't even think it's close.
And that's he got let go already one time by WWE because
And
as he said in
by
an interview
NWA
recently, that
and by TNA, they all let him go.
he thinks that the reason why he got let go the first time in NXT was because he butted heads with, he said, the former trainer, so Bill DeMott.
Oh,
Well, a lot
He
of
didn't
people
like
did.
ways he was doing. Yeah, I know. So, hey, and he came back.
Bill DeMont does.
And
no
it's
good
brave. We
talent
talk
hit him
about,
in
you know, the
face.
people on the popular side of it, like when Cody went out on his own. It's well documented because, you know, he's Cody. And like other people have done the same thing, Zack Ryder. But this LA Knight or Eli Drake or whatever you want to call him, like he was doing it the whole time. He just never made it first. You know, he was never part of the machine first. And when anything made him uncomfortable, he was like, I'm leaving. So you gotta he was comfortable. I think he knew how to be an indie wrestler. I'll go wherever and I'll make money. I'll be fine. Like, you know, and then I'll finally
And he
just
was.
stay at a place that wants to fucking nourish me and wants to realize what I can do. And I hope we're on that age now because man, like I know what you're saying, Dave. I mean, I think like we underestimate how over people like Sammy are and Seth and Kevin Owens. He's not even close to them right now. However, the upscale is big when you start to hear the responses because the equity's not in LA Knight yet. We don't have that
No.
history where we can look back at, you know, the NXT Sammy, the NXT KO, you know, we don't have that equity with him yet. However, he's like, and Daniel Bryan had a ton of equity coming in. He did Team Hell No. He did a lot of
Oh, yeah.
stuff. He was the heel champion for a while. Like got beaten 2 seconds by Sheamus, but he was funny. Like, you know, so the LA Knight is this dark horse that's kind of you have to go on the internet, and WWE had to get behind those clips, you know, and kind of publicize them or whatever. And now you're
Which is
seeing
good.
all his Impact stuff, his NWA stuff or whatever. He's different, like to me. Like he's to Dave's point though, he is going to get that big. I feel like we're learning about him. People are searching him out, which is a big deal. Like it's not just simply going back on WWE.com or going back on your you know Peacock and looking at past stuff that Daniel Bryan did. Oh, here's what Daniel Bryan did before the Yes Movement or whatever. Like this is you have to go and find NWA footage and Impact footage and old NXT footage and all that stuff to see him. And he was different almost every time. He was the manager. I remember for a while he was like, you know, when he came on SmackDown as the manager for a bit. You know, they were going to use him as a manager, like because he was great on the mic. He was fun. And then now it's like now we're finally all getting behind him. Those are the best kind of people to get behind because we can say from the beginning we liked him. Like it wasn't that, you know, he was Team Hell No first, and not that that's a bad thing because Daniel Bryan's awesome, but you know, we're experiencing something that's kind of rare. It's not just a meteoric rise of a guy; it's someone that we are choosing to hitch on.
It's natural.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
natural.
rise.
He wasn't always with this big machine where you can go back and look at, you know, Sammy's NXT run, then
Yeah.
look at Sammy's early shit. Then
It's
with Sammy,
it's a non-machine push.
you have to right now. You have to go. There's not a lot of good footage to go back and look at the past of LA Knight in WWE right now. So you got to go find the NWA shit, find the Impact stuff, and that's for you know we have information at our fingertips, right? And we always, I do anyway, critique wrestling fans for not utilizing that knowledge. They're doing it for him, which is a big fucking deal, and it's a different kind of organic now that he's getting over as. And I think if they play their cards right, we could, you know,
So
a year from now we could be seeing something super special and like, you know, somebody that, you know, changes wrestling a little bit, you know. I don't
That's why
know
we're
what
doing
that
an
looks
episode
like.
on him before his
what-
legacy's even here, man.
what you're saying is LA Knight's gonna win the
And
US
now
title.
for the next 20 minutes, legacy of LA Knight.
Make sure you get this. You see these shoes on my feet here? Go ahead and get down and get them. These right here are the shoes of a champion. This jacket right here, shoes of a champion. So I got to tell you. Wait, did I say shoes of a champion? Yeah!
No, he's gonna win the US title, and then Damian Priest is gonna beat him. You know, with the briefcase, and then you know
LA Knight?
Evolution. Yeah, and then Evolution's gonna hold all the titles. Isn't that what this is all about? What's gonna happen at Summer? It's gonna happen at SummerSlam, right?
It's all gonna happen.
Finn's gonna
That's
win.
funny. Yep.
Finn's gonna win. LA Knight's gonna win the title, and then Damian Priest is gonna come out and
Catch
cash
on
in.
the US. Yep.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that's what's gonna
what a-
happen.
The most
What a
important title,
SummerSlam.
the World Heavyweight title, and the US
What a
title.
SummerSlam.
Evolution cleans up.
Yeah,
our
I
Judgment
just
Day.
you know, he's
Sorry, Judgment
we're gonna
Day,
get
yeah.
clicks. He's
Same
the kind of the
difference,
hot
Greg.
buzzword right now, but I feel I don't know if I explained that right, but I feel like he's different, like in that sense, like where there's not a lot of history in the WWE machine to go back on. Like he and Dave made a good point, but I mean, I was only countering that point because like he's getting this notoriety now. Imagine when we can look back and we see 3-4 years of history in the WWE from LA Knight. We can go back to the Mountain Dew match and then start at the Mountain Dew match and go from there and be like, wow, remember 4 years ago when you took on Bray Wyatt at the Mountain Dew match? Like, it's like I look forward to that. And he's 40, so I hope they take advantage soon because he's very healthy. 40 years old now is like not what it used to be back in the 80s. When a wrestler hit 40 back in the 80s, they were done.
Right.
They were broken down, they were beer drinking, whatever.
Yeah.
So 40 now, you could still get another 5-10 years if you want, like if you take care of your body. So, and he looks in great shape. So I'm excited for LA Knight, and I know we all are. We all are.
When this is over, because we're watching that promo again. God dang.
Can't wait to see what LA Knight Rock Austin's gonna do. Yep.
LA Knight, Rock Austin, Bret Hart.
Yeah, so ridiculous. Yeah,
Kevin Nash.
brother.
If he comes out next week and just does this,
oh my god,
I'll fucking die
So
laughing.
funny.
And then he's just prodding Kevin Nash.
That would be.
Or he goes.
By the way,
tassels on his tights.
Like
by the way, that would be
Squeezy
so
on
great
Kevin, right?
if he
He's
did
one of my
that. If
best
he
friends.
just came out for even like 2 seconds, and
just
did
mock
this.
Nash, like
Yeah.
Let
it'd
me
be so
talk
great.
to you.
And by the
just did
way,
that, I
Triple
would-
H and Nash are great friends, obviously. So
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. Like, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Triple H would be like, just go easy on him.
just go.
Come on.
And she's
just
Trips
come on.
going. Trips like,
Go easy on the
Hey.
Silver Fox, huh?
hey, Knight, I got an idea. Hey, Knight, I got an idea. Just go out there and don't do anything.
And do me a favor, go out there and do a shitty power bomb. Do a shitty power bomb where you kind of throw them off from the side for no fucking reason.
Go out there and tear your
Actually, if
quad.
anything,
Go and tear
LA
your
Knight
quad.
is copying Diesel, the black leather jacket and the sunglasses, just
Yep.
like Diesel.
Go. I got an idea. Just go out there.
Wear
go out
one
there
black
and-
glove. Wear
go
a
out-
black glove on one hand. Oh my god,
It'd
it'd
be
be so
fucking funny.
Jess did say,
I gotta go out there. Go out there and pretend to be injured.
Does a heart punch with it as a
Yeah.
finisher
Yeah.
with the glove.
Go out
we
there
were
and
watching the
take it and-
promo he did on SmackDown, and his new T-shirt is yellow and red. And Jess said, "Okay, so now they're just doing it deliberately, right? Because it very much looked like a Hogan shirt."
He's copying
That's his
Hogan.
merch. That's his merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LA Knight,
Love
Hogan,
it.
Ross Hawk, and Hogan.
Now
There it
next
is.
week he's gonna get out there and he's gonna be like, "You guys want to hear it?" And he's
Yeah.
gonna tear his shirt,
That'll
and
be
we're gonna be like,
fucking
"What
funny.
the? Okay."
No, he's like, you want to hear it? Hold on, I gotta
Like
take
Kevin
this
Nash
up,
will go into a coma. At that
put on
point.
my Undertaker hat.
He's wearing a
tell y'all to and
bandana.
then tell y'all to suck it. Yeah, all of
Yeah,
it.
he's gonna do all of it.
He's like Shang
He's
Tsung
gonna
from
stunner
Mortal Kombat.
everybody
More
and
from
then like
anybody.
just go off the air. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
everyone's
happened?
gonna get stunned. Kevin Owens will be like, "What the fuck?"
Is there any truth to that, though, that you have taken from them and made it into your
God,
own?
man, look, when I was in high school, those guys were my bread and butter. Those were the guys that like I wanted to be when I was like 16, 17 years old. So I'm sure there's, hell, I probably found my normal just speech pattern every day when I'm talking to you is probably somehow derived from them. Whether that's purposeful or not, and it's definitely not. So it's just the fact that I sat there and watched every single episode of Monday Night Raw. I had all the little VHS cassette tapes when, like, because Stone Cold said so or The Rock says and stuff like that. So I watched all that stuff. So, man, you're talking about formidable years, very moldable years. So maybe in some way I've just penetrated my brain in some way. So, but whether you want to make the comparisons, hey, I tell you what, let's make this comparison. You want to say that I'm the Kobe to their Jordan? I'll take it.
I ripped that off. You can't rip it off again. For audio fans, give us on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcast, or watch our videos on YouTube at Our Wrestling Channel. On social media, can you give us a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019 or on Facebook at Our Wrestling Podcast? For the O.W.P, this is Cuz, Jess, Craig, and Dave signing off. Have a good one. LA.